famous for its many plantations, and just 8 miles outside of New Orleans you can come across the oldest documented plantation on the Mississippi. And I'm here, it's called Destrehan Plantation, and I'm going to check it out.
I was down in Louisiana, round about a mile from a Texarkana, in them old cotton fields back home. I was down in Arkansas, people said, what did you come here for? From them old.
This is Mary McGuire, and she was my personal tour guide for the day.
Arkansas, people said, what did you?
This area, remember, used to be outside in first, and then in 1840, when the house changed, they closed it in. And this was a great area for the children to wait, because we're going to be going into the parlors, and the parlors was where some of the parties took place. And you know, the children's job was to entertain. They sang, they danced, of course, and entertained the people. So this was a great place for them after the 1840 period. So if you like, we'll go in the parlors.
Okay.
These are the parlors. They were created in 1840, and they are special parlors. They're special because a movie was filmed here. It was called Interview with the Vampire, and there was a ballroom scene up there where Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise were dancing, while back here there were, of course, the musicians, you know, and the harpsichord and the violins, that type of thing.
And did you get to meet them?
Well, briefly, yes. They mostly hung out in the office, so we got to see them just a bit. Okay. But it was a fun time because we did our tours in the day, and they did their filming at night.
Okay.
So it worked well for both of us.
So what was Brad Pitt like?
Very, very nice. Very young and cute. Now, the rooms that I've brought you into, of course, are decorated 1840. They were decorated 1700 for the film. And the change in 1840 came with this gentleman that you see right over here. This gentleman's name is Pierre Rost. He was married to one of Jean Noel Destrehan's daughters. Her name was Louise Odile, and they came in 1840. They had 7 children. Now, I don't know if I told you that Jean Noel and his wife had 14, so they didn't have as many. So the house still was busy, though, because people always loved to have parties. And this was a great party room. And this, of course, is the ladies' bedchamber. This is a multi-purpose room because, of course, babies are born at home. You do see the little crib here. Yeah. And, of course, the Destrehans did have 14 children, so many of them were born here. For the Ross family, however, there was only their last child that was born here in the house. And they did, of course, have nurses. They were slaves as well. The nurse that was here in 1840 was named Rachel. And she is listed on one inventory as a nurse, but on another inventory as a midwife.
Would the ladies have come here for a nap during the day?
Oh, yes, they would have. The lady is allowed to nap as often as she wants, but never on her main bed. If she naps on her main bed, she's considered lazy, messing it up. But she naps on what she calls her lit de repos, and she's not considered lazy at all. Which is here. Today we call them day beds because they were used for that. And of course, I feel that at nighttime when Mama used the main bed, Rachel was here on the day bed. In this room, we have a very special piece. This beautiful desk that you see belonged to Judge Ross. That's Pierre Ross, who came in 1840 and made all the changes. It was made for him by one of his carpenters, one of his slaves on the plantation. The base woods are pine and poplar. The top wood is our wonderful cypress, but he stained it with mahogany to make a beautiful desk. So it is Judge Ross' desk, and he liked it so much, he wrote his name on the back of it. I wish I could show it, but I can't move it.
And did he leave this behind, or was it brought back?
He always had it with him, and when he died, it was passed on to family members, and family members have passed it on to us. Right. This room was used in the movie. Remember we spoke about the back room? Well, this was a movie that was turned into a ballroom, and if you like, I have a picture of what it looked like. This, of course, was the 1700 ballroom for Interview with the Vampire. This is where the ladies danced in here, so it was a nice time.
So, Mary, what did they use this area for?
It's another living area. It's like an outside room. It gets so hot here in the summertime that you sometimes can't bear it inside. So this was outside where you slept even sometimes in the summer. Okay. And you would drop curtains, you know, to, let's say, give you privacy from the river. Okay. But it's an area that they sloped, like you see, to let the rainwater drain off. So that was all built in there. And it would have lots and lots of those planters' chairs like you saw inside earlier. And then, of course, at nighttime, maybe the lady brought the daybed out with some mosquito netting so that she could get some sleep away from the hot there.
So this plantation is right beside the Mississippi, is that right?
Right on, there's the Mississippi River, but we can't show it to you today because back, of course, in 1930, the Corps of Engineers put up that big levee. It keeps the river on its course. Right, okay. But, of course, in the days when the families were here, they just had a low levee, 4 feet. And if you want to look at that fence, that's a 4-foot fence. That's all it was. Right. There was no trees, and you had a wonderful view of the Mississippi.
One thing Mary forgot to say, y'all come back now. You hear?
Plantation boy, plantation boy.